This isn't Queer Money Bingo. No, today we're diving into the topic that's as thrilling as Grandma's Bingo Night, Social Security. Yep, that magic pot of gold we're all hoping that exists when we retire.
Hoping. From how to set up your SSA.gov account to when to start cashing in. Hint, it's not whenever you feel like it. Sadly, it's time to turn that not so fabulous topic into a fabulous financial future.
This is Queer Money episode 557, and today we're sharing Step 5 in our How Gays Retire Fabulously bonus series, how to confirm the status of your Social Security benefits. So buckle up, friends, and prepare to make Social Security work for you. The mission of Queer Money is to financially empower the LGBTQ plus community. Join us in thanking Capital One for supporting that mission.
So for a lot of people, Social Security and what they can expect from it, if anything, is sort of elusive to them. But actually, SSA.gov or Social Security Administration has a great website that you can keep track of what you qualify for Social Security so far, what your benefits might be. So we're going to dive into that today to see exactly where you are right now and what you're on target to receive by the time you retire between the ages of 62 and 60 and 70.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that a lot of people have this kind of overshadowing feeling or that they've seen in the media that you probably won't even have Social Security when you retire. And I think that what this does is it actually shows what the Social Security Administration is planning on giving you in retirement, and the fact that this already does include the most recent update to the fact that we probably will be getting about 77% of our benefits as those of us who are younger than the boomer generation, and our benefits not necessarily being the same as what they would be receiving. So it does give you some great insight on how to actually use this as a planning tool for your fabulous retirement.
So this is another episode where we're going to do some screen sharing. So let's go ahead and share our screen and walk you through setting up your SSA.gov account and estimating exactly how much you can expect to get when you retire.
All right.
All right. So this is the place that most of us will probably start from. Go ahead and up there in the URL field, type in SSA.gov. And this will take you to the Social Security Administration's website. This is the homepage. On the top right-hand corner, as with most websites, that's where you're going to click the link to sign in. And then at this point, the process is going to be a little bit different for us relative to maybe for you. If you've never signed in before, you'll have to create an account. So click the link there where it says create an account with a login. And this will take you through the process that is pretty typical of setting up an account with any organization, company, brokerage firm, what have you. You have to create an account, submit your primary email address, and then choose your language of preference, and then click the submit button. Then it's going to go through, it's going to confirm that you're the person that you say you are. So it's going to send you a confirmation email to the email address that you submit in that top upper field. You have to go check your email address, click confirm, and then it'll take you through the subsequent steps where you're going to now put in your personal information, such as your name, your address, your date of birth, your social security number, all that kind of information.
It also checks the reason why you put in your email address here is it's checking to see if you have, or in some cases, someone else may have used your email address to try to set up an account for you. So that's why it starts off with the email, sending it to your email address to verify that your email address is valid. And then, as John mentioned, you'll go through the setup process.
So for us, since we've already set up both of our accounts, we can't do that again. That'll cause an issue. So we're just going to sign in the way we normally would.
Capital One Auto Navigator does more than just auto financing. We're here to help you find a car you love, too. Shop millions of cars from thousands of dealers nationwide. Research your favorite makes and models. Explore dealers near you and more. All on Auto Navigator.
Okay, so here's where David's going to sign into an existing account of ours. So if you're signing in again, as well, if you're a returning SSA.gov account holder, this is where we'll start to look a lot similar. And SSA.gov does have a two-factor authentication, so they're going to send you a code either via email, via text message, or there's an option to have them call you, probably a robot call you. We always just choose the texting option. So David's doing that now. Continue. It'll have you read the terms and conditions every time. So you can do that if you'd like. You should do that. All right. So this takes you into the main point of the lesson today. Basically, so there are a couple of primary locations that you want to take note here. The first is the first link at the top. There is your Social Security statement. So way back in the day, they used to mail this to you. They no longer do that anymore, I think, for everybody.
No.
So if you wanted to see what the traditional statement looks like, you can click the link there, and then I'll show you sort of a PDF version. And it'll have the breakdown of how much you've contributed, what you can expect from Social Security, spousal benefits, survivor benefits, as well as Medicare benefits. Then, of course, you can, what we're primarily concerned about right now today is what's in the middle there, the eligibility and earnings section. This is an easy, it easily highlights where you are with regard to your eligibility. Now, you need a total of 40 credits to be able to qualify for Social Security. So if you have 40, great. If you don't have 40, this will let you know how close you are. If you want a breakdown of your taxable earnings that are going towards your credits, that's where the review your full earnings record now. That's where it's sort of a glorified of a Excel spreadsheet that breaks down how much you've qualified contributions you had each year and how many points or credits that got you each year.
Yeah, it also lists what your taxable income, your Social Security taxable income is listed by each year. And it's really important to make sure that this information is correct. I mean, we'd all love to think that the government is infallible when it comes to getting this information into our accounts, but you'll definitely want to check that. You notice here, I actually have a rather low amount of earned income for earnings for 2023. As we've been very honest on this podcast, John and I had a very tough 2023. That we didn't pay ourselves for a large portion of the year. So the taxable income for me is rather low, which really is an important factor here when we look at this next piece.
So you definitely want to check your earnings for each year. Social Security credits are based on your yearly earnings. In 2024, you had to in order to earn one credit, you had to earn at least $1,730. So to get all 4 credits, you would have had to have earned $6,920 for 2024. For 2025, that's changing. It's $1,810 per credit. So it'll be a total of $7,240 for 2025 to get all 4 credits for the year.
And remember, that's not your total earnings. That is your taxable earnings, right? So if you were earning something close to that, you may have money taken out for, say, for example, a 401k, or you may have money taken out for benefits that were not taxed. So it needs to be the amount of money that you earned that was actually taxable that reaches those limits.
So now what we want to do is, you've seen on the previous page or higher up, I think, how many credits you have now. This lower section here, we're going to be able to use the retirement calculator to estimate how much you're likely to receive in Social Security payments based on the age that you subscribe or you apply for Social Security.
Yeah, I think one of the important things to remember about all of this, I think especially for individuals who work as tipped workers, is that claiming your full income really does add to the amount of money you're going to end up getting in Social Security. So for example, remember here, I have $6,000 is the amount of money that I basically claimed last year as my taxable wages. And that because of that, I have an estimated a lower amount for what I would be getting at full retirement age. This number is based on as if I were going to continue to earn around $6,000 a year until I retire at 67. They're assuming that the most recent year is basically your basis for what you will be moving forward with. And so that's why it's important to make sure you're claiming your full earnings if you want a larger Social Security paycheck.
Including your tips. And that also applies to what you would likely get if you file for unemployment.
Yes, exactly. A lot of folks probably experienced that during the pandemic, that the amount of money that they were claiming for earnings or wages for the year had a direct impact on how much they got for unemployment. But we're not necessarily talking about that here. So one of the things I'm going to share with you is that these numbers are basically based on if I were paying myself that amount. So the first thing that you can do is plug in what an more accurate number would be. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to plug in a different number of what I would be paying myself on an annual basis as taxable wages. I'm going to bump that up here to something that's a little bit more realistic. And you see exactly what happened here. My benefit number at full retirement age went from 2219 to 2417, almost a $200 increase, because I accurately am projecting or putting in the amount of money here that I would be reporting as taxable wages. This is another reason why you want to look at your earnings throughout the year and find out, are those numbers accurate, especially checking this every year to make sure your taxable wages that were reported for the previous year were accurate. Because that will have a big impact on what you can not only see as your projected income, but also will be in the calculation that the Social Security Administration will use in future years. So we have a number of breakdowns here. We have the amount that I would get if I took early retirement. For me, that is age 62. Actually, for everyone, that is age 62. The amount I would get at full retirement, that for me is at age 67. For some of you, that may be age 66. So you definitely want to go in and check, because depending on what year you were born, that could be a different amount and time. And then this here is the amount if I decided to delay my Social Security benefits until the age of 70. So it really gives you this opportunity to increase the amount that you would get. You can play around with the calculator or tool here by going in and adding a different age. So instead of me taking it at 67, let's say I decided I wanted to take it at 65. Okay. Well, what the calculator is going to do is it's going to add that date in there and tell you what the amount is, right? So it's always nice to see that higher dollar amount, but this gives you the kind of guesstimation of when you might want to retire. You can plug in a different year. It's not necessarily not just your age. You can actually say, okay, I want to retire on, let's just say, December or January 1st of 2034. And I hit that calculator, you see it's going to change it and plug that new amount in.
So that's when you do. Go ahead and play with this calculator. It's a lot of fun, and we're going to use this information to inform future exercises that we have coming up for you. So that's it. That's step 5 in determining exactly whether or not you're on track to receive Social Security and what you can expect to receive when you do finally file for Social Security. That's your homework assignment this week. Set up your SSA.gov account. Go ahead and run those numbers and calculations for yourself. And then let us know in the comments or wherever you're watching this or listening to this episode, what are your thoughts? Share them on YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, wherever you're catching us. You can always DM us, or you can also directly email us at info@queermoneypodcast.com. With that, we'll be right back. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One, N.A., member FDIC.
Thank you again for joining us for another episode. Come back next Thursday as we continue to look into your fabulous gay retirement by peering into the crystal ball of what your future payments would look like, helping you either retire basic, happy, or fabulous.
Until next time,
Stay fabulous.
Bye.
Bye.